This is the 29th anniversary of the turret explosion aboard USS Iowa. We welcome all family, shipmates, and friends this day. We thank you for coming. Lonnie Cook is going to open us up in prayer. Let's pray.
Heavenly Father, as we are gathered here this morning, we ask that you bless this time. Thank you for getting everyone here safely. Lord, as we have an invocation, that invocation is here to invite your blessing and to invite your presence. We know that your word says that you are near to those who have a broken heart. We ask that you be near with us this morning. We ask that you guide the mouths and the words and everything that's going to be said today, that the words of our mouths and the meditation of our heart bring you praise. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's never an easy thing for us to come here. That day was very difficult. And we lived. But our friends didn't. And we're here to remember them this day. So let us begin with the reading of the names.
Fire Controlman, 3rd Class, Tong Adams, Alexandria, Virginia. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Robert Wallace Dockenhurst, Ravenna, Ohio. Electrician, Fireman Apprentice, Dwayne Collier Bell, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Gunner's Mate, Walter Scott Blakely, Eaton Rapids, Mississippi. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Peter Edward Bopp, Levittown, New York. Seaman Recruit, Raymond Bradshaw, Tampa, Florida. Lieutenant J.G. Phil Edwards, Buck, Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Seaman Apprentice Eric Ellis Casey, Mount Airy, North Carolina. GMG-2 John Peter Kramer, Gunners, Uniontown, PA. GMG-3 Milton Francis Duvall Jr., Solvay, New York. Seaman Apprentice Leslie Allen Everhart Jr., Cary, North Carolina. BM2 Gary John Fisk, Oneida, New York. Seaman Apprentice Tyrone Dwayne Foley, Bullard, Texas. Seaman Apprentice Robert James Gideon III, Lakewood, Ohio.
Seaman Apprentice Wayne Brian Gendron, Madera, California. Seaman Recruit John Leonard Goines, Columbus, Ohio. EM3 David L. Hansen, Perkins, South Dakota. JMG-1 Ernest Edward Henyas, Bordentown, New Jersey. JMG-2 Clayton Michael Hartwig, Cleveland, Ohio. LN-1 Michael William Helton, Louisville, Kentucky. Seaman Apprentice Scott Allen Holt, Fort Myers, Florida.
Seaman Recruit
Reginald L. Johnson, Jr., Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Seaman Apprentice Nathaniel Clifford Jones, Jr., Buffalo, New York. Seaman Brian Robert Jones, Kennesaw, Georgia. Seaman Michael Shannon Justice, Matawan, West Virginia. Seaman Edward J. Kimball, Fort Stockton, Texas. Gunner Mate Guns 3, Richard E. Lawrence, Springfield, Ohio.
FCSA Richard John Lewis, Northville, Minnesota. Seaman Apprentice Jose Luis Martinez, Jr., Seaman, Hidalgo, Texas. EM3 Todd Christopher Mullen, Manheim, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Todd Edward Miller, Ligonier, Pennsylvania. LN1 Robert Kenneth Morris, Jacksonville, Florida. Seaman Otis Levance Morris, Bridgeport, Connecticut. GMG3 Darren Andrew Ogden, Shelbyville, Indiana.
Seaman Ricky Ronald Peterson, Houston, Minnesota. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Matthew Ray Price, Burnside, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Harold Earl Romine, Jr., Bradenton, Florida. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Jeffrey Scott Schlinn, Costa Mesa, California. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Heath Eugene Stillwagon, Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Seaman Recruit Todd Thomas Tatham, Wolcott, New York. Gunner's Mate, 3rd Class, Jack Ernest Thompson, Greenville, Tennessee.
GMG2 Stephen J. Weldon, Yukon, Oklahoma. GMG3 James Darrell White, Norwalk, California. Seaman Recruit Rodney Maurice White, Louisville, Kentucky. BM2 Michael Robert Williams, South Shore, Kentucky. Seaman John Rodney Young, Rock Hill, South Carolina. GMGCS Reginald Owen Ziegler, Port Gibson, New York.
Every year I stand up here, and I say the same thing after the names are read. That's an awful lot of bells, isn't it? We lost a lot of good men that day. But they live on through us. Every year we gather, we remember them. As long as we live and our children live and our ship lives, they will be remembered. Would anyone like to say anything?
God bless the Iowa 47 and all the shipmates who are here today. I lost my brother, but have gained many brothers in the years that have passed. That is a fortunate thing that came out of something that was tragic. Also, I have to say happy birthday to my mom. This is the first year that we're here, and she is not. Miss her, but no, she's with Peter. This is a poem that was written, and those that have heard it before and knew my brother Peter know that this was his essence. There was a young man who had a dream of bowling, ships, and the sea. He was bright and warm and full of life, and as eager as could be. A special boy who was loved by all, a friend to those in need, a son to be so proud of, a brother who could lead. And then one day, without a word, without a sign or clue, his life was taken from us. His dream was over too. He touched us all. We won't forget. We'll never be the same. His smile will live forever, and Peter was his name.
Anybody else?
None of you guys are going to come up here. Come on up.
Hello, family, friends, and shipmates. I just quickly want to just give my gratitude. I know I lost touch with every shipmate that I served with aboard the USS Iowa many years ago. I looked to kind of like put the whole thing behind me, out of my mind, even though on a daily basis they were constantly on my mind. And I seemed to live on that ship every night of my life. I think I can see the vivid corridors and faces of a lot of my shipmates more than a lot of the reality time that came through. But I can say that the year 2017 was a very hard year for me. One that I didn't know if I was going to go ahead and continue to be strong and muster through life. So I took a chance and looked online and reached out to one of the shipmates' games, and after talking with him a little bit, I started getting in touch with the other shipmates, and I can tell you, Tommy Workman, all these guys, believe it or not, when they reached back out and talked to me, and I came through. I can tell you I'm proud to be here today. This is my first time being at a reunion since being on board the Iowa back in '89. And I'm very happy, very proud, and just being around Tommy and his lovely girlfriend, soon-to-be wife. It just showed me, man, that the camaraderie I had back then, it holds strong today. And it just gives me more strength, and I'm very proud to be a United States veteran in USS Iowa.
I hope I can get through this.
What did Joe?
Joe. On that day, I was going down number one easy room at the time, exposed to space. And my shipmates come to me and said, "Master Chief, what's happening?" I said, "I don't know." Went to general quarters, dog the hatches down, and we waited to find out what was going on. And then the XO came on and said there was an explosion in 13. I said the troops is not good. Let's do what we were supposed to do and keep the ship afloat, and hopefully let the troopers will be, a lot of people be alive, or somebody will be alive when it's all over. We lost 47 of my shipmates, our shipmates. I knew everybody down there except for two guys. I knew everybody down there. I had touched their heart. A lot of those young fellas that touched my heart. Tim Casey, both made third class Casey. Young fella, just got married. Wife about ready to have a baby, I think. The LN1 Hanson, not Hanson, the other one. I knew him, Morrison. I knew Morrison as a seaman when he was on the USS Albany in Gaeta, Italy. When he was a really screaming seaman. I knew Senior Chief Reggie Ziegler. He and I talked together for about 20 minutes the week before the tragedy. Back in the mess, we talked. And I tell you, every time I come out here, which I usually come out here all the time and they sit with the guys, it's hard. But as the gentleman said before, you know, they're always going to be in our hearts, in our prayers. I think all the shipmates coming in. Again, thank you. This is just an FYI to people who ask for Jimmy, my son. He's out in San Pedro introducing my 4-year-old grandson to the Iowa. He's attending the ceremonies out at San Pedro this year. That's why he's not down here. And he says he hopes to make it next year. He only lives right up the road here, so outside of Washington. But he's introducing my 4-year-old grandson to the Iowa. And my grandson was all excited about seeing Uncle Pete. Just a little FYI. That's all.
I just want to say one thing. Senior Chief Reggie Ziegler and I reported on board the same day. I had asked the weapons boss if I could have turret 2. He put me in turret 3. Reggie and I were good friends and shipmates. And I will never forget any of the guys in the turret.
For many years, for almost 20 years, I knew about Iowa Point, and then I found out about the memorial services, and I still couldn't come out. I didn't have it in me. I felt like I didn't belong because I was actually at home that day on leave. And since then I felt alone, and many times I still do. The first year I came out, everyone gave me love and support. And I've been missing that for so many years. I miss the guys. I know I probably wouldn't have seen them once I left the ship, but knowing that they weren't with us anymore still touched me deep. My last day on ship, Moses, we were waiting to see the Batman movie, and he never got to see it. So many dreams, so many lives were touched that day, and I just pray that once we are gone, that our families carry on this tradition, because those men gave up everything so we could have what we have, so we have a family. I know many of us say shipmates, but everyone's family. we need to look out for each other and support each other. And please don't feel like you're alone. You're not going through this alone. We're all going through this together, no matter how alone we feel. Just reach out. And for those that haven't made it yet, or those that can't come because they feel like they don't deserve to, or they don't belong, or that they're afraid of what they're going to feel, come do it with your family. Joel Krause here. Was FC2 Krause on Iowa FM Division 16 inch. So I knew the majority of the guys in Turret 2. And was one of the fortunate few folks that had gotten off just right before Iowa got underway for Villegas. Matter of fact, I was crossing the quarter deck and Commander Cosmic told me he was going to take me to Villegas if I didn't get off the boat. Which I just found out today that Commander Cosmic has passed away a couple months ago. So God bless him. And I'm going to say that I've been out, I'm retired from the Navy, but I still work Naval Region Mid-Atlantic. So I've been to Iowa Point many times just on my own. But I hope everybody forgives me. This is the first ceremony I've been to. And I'm just very regretful that I hadn't been here before. But just a little bit on a lighter note, if I can. I was pretty good friends with Tong Adams, little Korean kid, and just kind of a funny little note about Tong is he had, being from Korea, he could hardly speak a word of English, and for some crazy reason, our Master Chief down in Aft Main Battery Plot put him as our Naval Gunfire Support phone talker. We could barely understand it. So here you had the Marines on the beach, spotting our call of fire. And all we kept hearing them say was say over again because you just could not understand what was coming out of Adam's mouth. And anyway, fond memory of all these guys. I was a regular visitor to Turret 2 because when we did NGFS back in Aft Plot, if we weren't doing the gunnery exercise, Forward Plot was. So I had a lot of friends on the ship that wanted to see, inside of a turret during the gun shoots. Turret 2 was the easiest accessible turret, and I met with Todd Martin. Didn't go back to Turret 3 much because I always thought it was always broke down, but always took folks up to Turret 2 to watch them, observe a gun shooting. So just fond memories. Miss one of those guys and try to live my life. To honor those guys, but love all you guys, and thank you very much.
I'm going to try to get through this. I wrote a poem that night on BM3 where it says, it started as a normal day. As a ship of men were underway. The guns were ready and the decks were clear, when all of a sudden a roar of fear. We all joined in and did as one, as we surrounded this big giant gun. We all lost mates and friends too, and so I leave the same to you. May the Lord bless the boys in blue. We lost a lot of good men that day. I remember it like it was yesterday. So God bless you.
Everybody say it.
Yeah. Can I just get the first timers up here? Somebody grab that flag there, because this guy over here is a first timer. Anybody who's a first timer, come on up here, please.
I got that.
29 years since the explosion. And every year we get more and more people coming out to this memorial service. It digs deep in our hearts, all right? It really does. And you guys, you're family, all right? You got family, an Iowa family. That's us, all right? And I respect that it took you so long to get out here and join us. And I love you with my heart, man. All of you. It's great. It's great, you know? Just please come back again, because we're here for you, all right? One more thing. Yankees suck. Go Red Sox.
Red Sox suck.
How y'all doing? My name is Christopher Jones. I was an engineer on the Iowa, number 2 fire room, Oak Columbus. Master Chief PQ, referee for our smokers boxing match. I forgot who I boxed. Kermit, there you go. I'm going to beat you up again in a few minutes. Iowa, you ain't win. And he was bigger than me. I got out the Navy in 96. 86 to 96. My first VA appointment was 2016. And they asked me, where you been? It took me 20 years to go to the VA. So I felt kind of funny until that other gentleman came up here and said he was doing his own thing for a long time. That was me too. Too busy. And I've lived in Hampton Roads the whole time. I've been here plenty of times, but never to a memorial. But I have fond memories of the Iowa. My dad, he's gone. But he had 5 Iowa hats. He wore those hats till they were nothing. He was so proud of me in that ship. He didn't want me to join the Navy. When I got on the USS Iowa with my first command, I gave my dad a hat. You never saw a picture. You never saw my dad without that blue hat till he died. He was very proud of me. And I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you.
We're going to have Lonnie Cook come back up and give us a prayer.
Get out my cheaters. My grandpa Cook used to say, growing old ain't for sissies. You know, it's already been said that when we gather, it's for everyone here. It's for us. It's a memorial for the 47 shipmates that passed. But all memorials are not for those that have passed, but for those that come. Those that are here to remember, those that have things that they're struggling with to share with their brothers. So when we are here every April 19th, this memorial is for you. It's in honor of the 47, but the memorial itself is for you guys, for us. I want to actually sing my benediction. And before I sing it, it's the Navy hymn, Eternal Father. I wasn't aware that there were multiple verses until I looked up a couple of the versions. And I want to read a couple of the other ones because they act as prayers. I mean, that's what the Navy hymn is. But one of them says, O Father, King of earth and sea, we dedicate our crew to thee. In faith, we send them on their way. In faith to thee we humbly pray. O hear from heaven our sailors' cry, and watch and guard them from on high. And that is my prayer for us as we leave. and for all of us in our daily walk. And when at length our course is run, our work for home and country done, of all the souls who with us sailed, let not one life in thee have failed. But hear from heaven our sailors' cry, and grant eternal life on high. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea.
Thanks, Lonnie. That concludes our ceremony for this year. God bless each and every one of you. Have safe passages home. Thank you for coming.